What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Yeti Express DFS podcast presented to you today by Draft Dashboard. Remember, you can use all the tools that I will be using in this video by clicking the link in the description below. You'll also get access to my custom player pool, and you'll get 30 days of Draft Dashboard for $1. Start out in the position optimizer like we do every day. Kyrie, I like him tonight. I didn't get to him in my single entry. We're gonna be playing the $12 single entry and the 20 max $1 entry on DraftKings today. So kind of let you know with what I'm building. But Kyrie didn't make my single. Kemba didn't make my single, but I still like him. He's got greens across the board, and I talked about this yesterday, but like big players and playing in the Garden, for those of you that watched the video yesterday, would have had Dwayne Wade, and that would have been a big thing. Even though this game is in Charlotte, I still kind of hold the same narrative. Something about playing in Knicks, people get amped up for. So I threw him into my player pool. Didn't get to really any value point guards much. We'll have to keep an eye out for injury news. But I do like Corey Joseph a little bit. And I do like Darren Collison. I just think that, one of these guys is going to have to step up with the Oladipo news, whether it be Miles Turner or Tyreek Evans or Darren Collison. Darren Collison's been getting to the free throw line a lot in the last couple of games. He's had 10 free throw attempts and 8 free throw attempts. Without those free throw attempts, he wouldn't have had good games, but, he's been getting there. He's been getting to what you need him to get. He's not an exciting player, but he's not a fun one to roster, but he can get you there. So I kind of liked him today. Small forward. Since we're making more than one lineup, we'll throw Tobias Harris in there. Jeremy Lamb is almost a player that I never touch just because he's got very, very minimal upside. I don't like those players that were like his ceiling is 37 and his floor is 25. There's just not enough upside in a play like that for me to get excited about it. DeAndre Bembry I threw in there. Unfortunately, the Atlanta Hawks are just getting a little bit more healthy. So, like guys like Herter and Bembry and Prince, and they're all kind of taking minutes from each other. Justin Holiday, I really like today. The matchup doesn't fare out all that well for him, as you can see over here on the left. But this guy gets a lot of minutes and he's cheap. So, game like this against Denver, it's going to be super slow pace, but he's going to play a ton of minutes. So it's also why I don't like Jokic today, is because of the pace of this game. Jokic is going to be super chalk because he's like the only stud that all these experts are talking about that you need to play. But I'm not getting on the Jokic train today. John Collins is one of the studs for me. The Clippers just. They suck against big men. John Collins has been rock solid all year. He just does it all inside. He's got a great matchup, great pace. This should be one of the fastest paced games of the night. Horford kind of scares me, but he's healthy, and it's a pace up spot. Brooklyn sucks against big men too, but I don't know. This one scares me a little bit just because his price came up quite a bit, and he he's Al Horford. He could go out there and play like 22 minutes because he doesn't, they mess with his minutes a little bit. They took him off of his restriction, but that still kind of worries me. But I like him. And then Draymond Green. I like Draymond Green quite a bit every night. He's just one of those players that fills up the stat sheet. Dude might only score you like 9 real life points, but he'll get you 9 points and 14 rebounds and 7 assists with 2 blocks and a steal and get you value. His shooting has been god-awful this year, but he hasn't really needed to shoot all that well. We had him at this 37 game and this 38 game, which were both a fire on DraftKings, which is what you're looking for. Kevin Durant, I'm going to continue to roster. It's a bad matchup for him. However, can you ask yourself this question and say, do you think Bogdan Bogdanovic, Thaddeus Young, or Tyreek Evans can guard Kevin Durant? Because that answer is no from me, but we'll see. He's another one of the studs that I like today. I'm gonna be off the Jokic train, and here's why. I know he's been talked about a lot today, but he's expensive as hell. He's in a horrible matchup. I can't even find him in here. But he's in a bad matchup. Click Guardian. Here's Jokic. So he's got a 72 rank, which is actually pretty good, but he's going against the best defensive team against the position, the third best defense. Pace is just going to be brutally slow. Both of these teams are slow in pace. It's an away game. Well, here's his last 5 versus Memphis: 56, 22, 49, 27, 27. Not good. Not. I don't think any of those are. Maybe 56 is getting to value, but it's not exceeding it at 10-8. I'd rather play a guy like John Collins or Al Horford. And usually when I make these pretty bold calls, they're actually pretty accurate. I know when I first started doing my videos, we were talking one day about Anthony Davis and James Harden on the same slate, and everyone told me I was crazy for wanting Anthony Davis over him, and then he outscored him. So I make some bold statements, but that's kind of what you have to do if you want to get a following on here, and that's what I'm trying to do with you guys. Before we get into the position optimizer, please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Really helps me do what I need to do for this channel. Remember, you can try all these tools that I'm using right now at Draft Dashboard, 30 days for $1 by clicking my link in the description below. So we'll get into the position optimizer. I'll show you my single entry lineup that I liked on DraftKings. It had something like this. We didn't get to Kyrie, but we would have liked to. Trey Burke, Trey Young, Collison. It was John Collins. I think Katie was here. I did this once already, but I can't remember how I set it all up. So go around and fix it here. All right. So let's get started off with Trey Burke. No, it started off with Trey Young. Trey Burke. Justin Holiday, Kevin Durant wasn't there. We had Al Horford, John Collins, and we had KD in the forward spot. We went down here and got Collison, I believe. I'll just put him in here. So this is the lineup that we kind of liked for a single entry, mainly because it doesn't have Jokic, and it also doesn't have Kyrie. So those are kind of the people that a lot of other people are looking at. So this is a pretty unique lineup. So I was pretty happy with this one. Leaves 100 on the table if some injury news pops up and we need to play around with it a little bit. Let's get into the lineup optimizer on FanDuel. I don't play on FanDuel a whole lot, but I like to kind of help you guys out a little bit. This looks like a solid lineup. I don't even think I really got to play with this one, so I'm liking that. We could do an upgrade to like Joe Harris, Batum, or Gordon Hayward if you wanted to here, or you could do something like this over here. One thing I would say about this lineup, though, on FanDuel, you want to play at least one guy from 3,500 to 4,000 because you're going to drop one of your scores. So I would look for more of a punt play. Like I would play somebody down in this range. No, I haven't really looked at FanDuel, so I would play someone like Avery Bradley, and then I would just upgrade and go up to like Klay Thompson or Lou Williams or something like that, just so you kind of like get the idea of understanding the low score drop over there. Alrighty, we're going to go and show you the NBA cheat sheet today. Jokic is the stud. There's no locks yet. Mid-range, like Trey Burke, Avery Bradley. We just talked about him over on FanDuel. Taurean Prince, Jason Tatum. So, kind of a quiet slate. We'll get into the mass generator on DraftKings. I'm going to lineup optimizer here, mass generator. And so we're watching 18 players. We'll keep the randomness low and the unique players low. And then 20% or 40% maximum exposure. That just basically says, like today I was saying I like John Collins, so I won't get more than 8 out of 20 lineups that have John Collins. So it just caps his percent owned, basically. While this generator is working, again, please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me do a lot with my channel. There's been some overwhelmingly kind words and good love shown to me by the DFS community, and I appreciate it. Alright, let's get into the lineup optimizer here on DraftKings. Projected points. Hollis Jefferson's got a questionable tag, I think that is. But yeah, so Justin Holiday, Jaren Jackson, Kyrie Irving, Tobias Harris, Draymond Green, Taurean Prince, Trae Young, Rondae Hollis Jefferson. Pretty solid lineup right there. So it looks like it's really like in Hollis Jefferson at that value, but that's one of those like, you know, obviously he's going to look good at 3,700 projected for 25 points. That's pretty insane. That's like almost 6x. So, yeah. You can play around with stuff, find stuff you like, find stuff you don't. You'll see 20 lineups from me later today in the mini max over there on DraftKings, so you can see what I was rocking around with if you want to play that tournament and find me. Alrighty, well, you guys have a blessed Monday afternoon. Good luck.